short until I come to do these things. My mother used to say, there was a reason God did not make you 6 feet tall, Wendy, because the world could not hold you. And I thought, well, that's probably a nice thing. So I will say thank you to Katerina. I will just say thank you. She knows how much I love her and how much she's changed my life. And so that's all I'll say, okay? So I have 3 books published through Accents, which I can't believe, but I have somehow. And I really feel like I didn't write them, I just wrote down what girl told me. So I will just keep it with that. And I thought I would just read a couple stories. I'm not gonna read any poems. It'll take my time to read these couple stories. I never know what to read because I'm just faking it as an author. I'm just making it up as I go along. So I thought I would read a story that I've never read. I read it one time out aloud at a reading. So if you're not familiar with Girl, the trilogy is just about a young girl and kind of how she is dealing with her family and her role within her family and kind of finding herself and staying true to who she is. And although it is not the story of my life, there is a lot of my life in this book, and I have been told that we actually write what we know. And so that's kind of how this was born. So this story, short little story, is called Billy Wade. Four eyes, big head, thick, slow, doofus, stoopy, retard, jackass. Well, Billy Wade's been called every one of them names at school. Miss Schaefer don't do nothing to them boys that tease him. She just tells Billy Wade to toughen up and close his ears. Well, there's been many a time them boys chase both of us all the way up the road to Granny Faye's place after school, throwing dirt and rocks at us and spitting on us if they get close enough. Well, Granny Faye says to pay them no mind. She usually follows that up with a slice of pie. Billy Wade says all that teasing is worth it just to get that first warm bite. Well, Granny Faye says God touched Billy Wade when he was born, so he's different. She says Billy Wade still has 1 foot in heaven, so he don't understand everything here on this earthly plane. Well, she says I won't never find a truer friend than Billy Wade. Well, I think she's right. Last spring, Billy Wade was the one that pulled me out of the sinkhole. Well, we went down there to toss in Daddy's old tire, but that hole about swallowed both of us. Billy Wade grabbed hold of the tree root and fought like a bear. He let me climb right over him onto the ground. Then we pulled and tugged till he was able to get out. Sat right there on the bank together, laughed until we cried. We made the blood bond swear to never tell no one what happened, especially my daddy. My daddy's got no patience for Billy Wade. Says he should have been born a girl because he can't do the things boys should do. Billy Wade can't work on a truck or fix a tractor. Well, he just don't have the brain for it. But Billy Wade sure can paint pictures. Pictures of God's glorious world. Big fields of corn blowing in the wind, angry blue jays chasing the robins, the water leaping off the rock as it rushes down the hill. Well, that boy's got a gift for painting. Billy Wade says he's filled with the Holy Spirit when he paints. Well, sometimes he has to get up in the middle of the night and sneak into his closet to paint. He says God just keeps calling his name till he does it. Well, I've watched Billy Wade paint with his eyes closed, no peeking at all. He says the Holy Spirit just moves his hands for him. He says if he lost his hands, he would paint with his feet. He says painting restoreth his soul. Well, his daddy left when Billy Wade was 2 years old. Left his left his mama with Billy Wade and a stack of bills. Well, that's what Granny Faye says. She says Billy Wade's daddy fell in love with a man that worked on the railroad. He hopped a train and went off to make a new life. Granny Faye says, we don't pass judgment on people. We leave that to God. We just love and care for those in our lives. Well, I think Granny Faye might be the smartest woman in this county. Well, I'm going to ask Billy Wade to paint a picture of my granny. She's special, and so is he. And then I will read one story from Tainted. So if there's a true story, it's probably this one. But I'm not going to tell you for real. This story is called Switching. If honey and molasses had themselves a baby, it would be the water in Dry Fork Creek. Thick as molasses, yellow like honey, with a sweet smell. Well, Granny Faye always said the smell was from them dragonflies that would skate across the water. She said they was so happy, they smelled like heaven. Well, I tasted that creek one time, just one swallow, and I tell you, it don't taste like no honey. Tastes like the barn smells after a rain. It ain't nothing I want to taste again. But Dry Fork Creek is the best place around here to catch you a frog. There's frogs as small as the nail on your thumb and toads as big as your hand. Well, me and Billy Wade always take a trip or two down there every summer. Last time we went to Dry Fork, it ended in a battle with Satan himself. Me and Billy Wade and Sissy Jean and Jack Perry all went down to Dry Fork to get us some frogs. Well, Mama said it was okay as long as Huckleberry came along. Well, of course, he's a good boy and he loves the creek, so that weren't no problem. Well, we got stuck in that mud up to our knees, but we caught us 4 good frogs. We was going to take them up to Jack's house and play with them a bit. Well, we was laughing and carrying on, climbing up the hill behind Jack's place. Sissy Jean sure can tell some funny frog jokes. So we was just cutting up. Then there he was, Satan himself, taking up space inside Jack Perry's granny's body. She was carrying a switch that had to have been a mile long. She started yelling and growling at us, acting all crazy. Well, what kind of evil deeds you children been doing down at that creek? Ain't no good ever come from boys and girls playing in that creek together. You get yourselves up here right now. Well, she was waving that branch like she was on fire, slapping that switch across the back of Jack's bare legs a time or two, then Billy Wade's legs, and across Sissy Jean's legs and backside. By the time she got to me, Huckleberry was a-barking, and I weren't going to take no switching, so I just yelled, "Step back, Satan." But that just made her madder. She switched my bare legs all the way up the hill. Every time my feet hit the ground, she'd switch me again. Well, I ran all the way home with that frog in my hand and them welts popping up on my legs. I came flying in that front door yelling at Mama that Satan had taken the earthly form and we need to get Daddy's gun. She didn't know what to think when she saw them welts on my bare legs. Bigger than hornet sting, they was all swelled up. Well, I told Mama what happened, showed her the frog and the mud on Huckleberry's legs. Well, we wasn't doing nothing wrong. I told her we was going to take them frogs back after we played a bit. Well, Mama wiped my legs with some witch hazel, told me to stay right there and drink me some milk. She said she'd be gone just a few minutes. Well, I watched Mama walk out that front door with Huckleberry tagging along, across the front yard to the bush at the edge of the drive. She cut herself a big old switch, and she and Huckleberry made their way in the direction of Jack Perry's house. Well, I said me a little prayer, but I wasn't sure whether to pray for Mama or for Granny Perry.
Thank you all very much.